So why are we still talking about a book that was written way back in 1926, telling stories from a city that disappeared thousands of years ago? Well, it turns out the basic rules of money, they don't really change. In this explainer, we're going to dive into The Richest Man in Babylon and pull out the simple, powerful secrets that turned a city of mud bricks into the wealthiest place in the ancient world. All right, so let's set the scene. Our story kicks off with a guy named Banseer. He's a master craftsman, builds the best chariots in all of Babylon. But here's the thing, his wallet is totally empty. He's literally surrounded by mind-boggling wealth, but none of it's his. Sound familiar? I think we've all felt that way. And that feeling is what gets this whole journey started. You know, Banseer's frustration, that's really the heart of it all. It's that feeling you get when you're working your tail off day after day, and at the end of it all, you have nothing to show for it. It's a problem that's been around forever, from the guys building chariots back in Babylon to all of us working in our jobs today. And you can just see the difference here, right? On one side, you've got his reality, an empty purse, a diet of sour goat's milk, and just feeling like a slave to his job. But on the other side is the dream, a full wallet, freedom, fancy clothes, big feasts. And that dream is what finally makes him say, you know what? Enough is enough. This leads them to a huge realization. He and his buddy Kobe, who's a musician, figure out that being poor isn't their destiny. It's not just bad luck. It's because they've never actually tried to learn how to build wealth. I mean, think about it. They were experts at their jobs, but total beginners when it came to making money. And that little shift in thinking, it changes everything. So what do? They decide to find the one guy who obviously knows the secret, Arkad, the richest man in all of Babylon. And here's what's important. Arkad's story isn't about getting lucky or inheriting a fortune. It's about a system he figured out and perfected over time. Arkad started right at the bottom, just like them. He was a poor scribe who wanted more out of life, so he made a deal with a rich moneylender named Algamish. He said, I'll work all night carving this tablet for you if you teach me the secret to wealth. Just think about that. That one decision, trading one night of work for wisdom, completely changed his life's trajectory. So what was this incredible secret? You'd think it would be some complicated investment plan, or maybe some kind of magic formula, right? Nope, it was something way, way simpler, and way more powerful. It was the one fundamental cure for a skinny wallet. This right here, this is probably the most important line in the whole book. A part of all I earned was mine to keep. At first, Arkad is totally confused. He's like, don't I keep everything I earn? But Algamish just laughs and points out that no, he pays the guy who makes his shoes, he pays the baker, he pays his landlord, he pays everybody except himself. The big idea is you've got to pay yourself first. And here's the rule you can actually use. It's simple. For every 10 coins that you earn, you only spend 9. That last 10th, at the very least, is yours to keep. Every single time. No excuses. That one little coin is the seed that's going to grow into your tree of wealth. Today, we have a name for this. Pay yourself first. It's the most important financial habit you can build. You have to treat your savings like it's the most important bill you have to pay every single month. It's not about saving what's left over after you're done spending. It's about taking your share out before you spend a single dime. But look, Arkad's path wasn't a straight line to success. He saved his money for a whole year, and then he made a classic rookie mistake. He gave all his savings to a brickmaker and told him to go buy rare jewels. Well, the brickmaker knew nothing about jewels, and he got totally ripped off. And this is where Arkad learns his next big lesson, the hard way. Only take advice from people who know what they're talking about. Don't ask a plumber about investing. So Arkad starts saving again. But then he makes another mistake. He takes the money his savings earned, the interest, and blows it all on fancy food and new clothes. His mentor, Algamish, calls him out with this really powerful metaphor. He says, your savings are like an army of golden slaves. The money they earn are their children. If you spend all the children, how is your army ever going to grow? You have to put the earnings back to work too. So, from all these lessons, from all this trial and error, Arkad finally put together a complete system. It wasn't just about saving a little money. It was a whole strategy for building wealth and, just as importantly, protecting it. And here they are, the 7 cures. This is basically the full roadmap, and you can see how all of Arkad's lessons are built right in here. It starts with saving, then controlling your spending, then making your gold multiply with smart investments, and guarding it from loss by getting expert advice. It even covers things like owning your home and planning for the future. It's the whole package. Now, what's so amazing about these ideas is that they work for anyone, anywhere, at any time. The book actually says these principles are like the law of gravity. They are universal and unchanging. I mean, the way we use money changes. We have apps and credit cards, but the basic human habits that build wealth, they never change. Okay, but what about luck? I'm sure people were always telling our cat he was just a lucky guy, but the book has a really interesting take on what luck actually is, and more importantly, how you can get more of it. This quote nails it. Luck isn't some random thing that just happens to you. It's opportunity. And opportunity, according to the Babylonians, only shows up for people who have already done the work. You know, the fisherman who studies the weather and the currents is lucky because he's ready and in the right place when the fish finally show up. So here's the bottom line. Luck isn't something you wait for. It's something you create. It favors the person who sees a chance and goes for it, not the person who sits around waiting for the perfect time that, let's be honest, never really comes. Action is the magnet for good luck. And that pretty much brings us to the end. This wisdom from Babylon has been around for thousands of years, and now you have the core of it. The ideas are so simple. Pay yourself first, live on less than you earn, and make your money work for you. But just knowing this stuff isn't enough. So the final question is really the only one that matters. What action are you going to take?